Are we live? Yeah, we are rolling. Listen, it's Wednesday. That means it is Prem night, and I am super guest. Here we go. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, bada bing, bada bing, bush, bush, bush. It's Monday. I think we will slap you with 3-1. Feel like, are you feeling more confident?
Slightly more confident. No offense, Paul. But, yeah, to beat these guys.
It's an hour because we were brilliant.
Premier goal at Old Trafford. Jennings the right. What a clearance. He's had a check. Goal.
Yes, people, welcome. How you all doing? This is Mick Ruby and MUFC with honorable guests David Lavell, Phil Standish, and Danny Shermanator, ex-Muppeteer. How are you guys doing? What's the mood? How are you feeling?
Hey, how you keeping?
Are everybody all right? All good? All ready for the game?
We're all good. Yeah, we all good. Just trying to fix the scene. And here we go. We are live, people. Today, it is Wednesday. We are having on the menu, it's a la carte. It is Spurs. Will it be Erik Ten Hag roasting Conte back to North London? Will it be winner, Spurs for dinner? What are you guys saying? David?
Looking at the lineup, it'll be a tight one for United today. I mean, listen, the weekend was a tight enough game for them. Newcastle, I thought they would have got Newcastle at the weekend, if I'm honest with you. Unfortunately for you guys, that didn't happen. I never thought that was going to happen. But tonight, looking at Harry Kane's on fire. It got into the World Cup, so there's not much change in the United team from the weekend. Rashford is in for Ronaldo, and that is about it. I'm just looking at it here. So yeah, tight game. I think, if I'm honest, I think Spurs can do it tonight.
You think so? That's coming from a Scouser, actually.
I'm not a Scouser, but
you must be full of gas after. I mean, well done for beating City. That was a cracking game, mate.
It was a cracking game. Yeah, very, very good.
Welcome.
But no, I mean, listen, Spurs. I'm just looking at the lineup for Spurs here as well. They're not giving anything away. So
fantastic.
Yeah, be a cracking.
Well, listen, we love the game, we love the Prem, and that's what we're here for. Mr. Phil Standish, my honorable sidekick, Mr. Philosophy himself, football philosophy. What's the mood check with you today, sir? Hello. You're frozen. Okay, Phil
must be on the computer again.
Yeah, his son is hijacking the computer. Let's go to Danny. Danny, yes. How are you feeling?
After Newcastle's game and the Ammonia game, not very positive, because I was very positive for Newcastle after the Everton game. I was very positive that we'll turn up. In the first 5 minutes, we turned up. And I was like, right, that's it. That's our game. That's it. We're going to win this easy. And then just after 5 minutes, the players gave up and gave Newcastle the ball mostly. Bruno Guimaraes was all around us in the first half.
Yeah, it was.
Of course, the second half we were way better than Newcastle. We deserved to win that game. Forget the penalty shouts on Sancho and Ronaldo's penalty shout and the goal that should have stood of the indirect free kick. Forget about all that a second. Did we create much? Did we actually create chances that are not set piece goals, like penalties, free kicks, corners? Don't think so. The only chance I would say that was the Rashford chance at the end that he gave to Fred, and Fred fucked it. I really don't understand how Fred's starting today. Fred ruined that chance. Any other player that was in that position, put McTominay in that position, he scores that goal. 10 out of 10. And then it's 1-0 United.
If
and
that
then
was
in the 90th
Ronaldo
minute,
standing there, he would put it in, yeah.
And then in the 90th minute, when Rashford gets that header, I never expected him to score it. It would have been a miracle if he scored that. The last time he scored a header is maybe last year or something. He doesn't do it. He's not good in the air.
Well, he always closes his eyes when he does headers. Like that's
he does this.
It's like
it's okay though. That's not him. There's players that they're not good in the air. They're not meant to be good in the air. right? That's who they are. And so no one's judging Rashford. I saw these fans saying, "Oh, Rashford, blah blah blah, you're shit, you're this, you're that." Rashford changed the whole game. I think Rashford deserves to start today, but I don't think he deserves to start as a striker. I said to you before, I would put Rashford on the left. I'd play Sancho as a centre forward, even though he's not good in the air. His technical ability is just like Martial. He could hold the ball and get the play rolling. He could pass it to Rashford, pass it to Sancho, to Anthony.
100%.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. Like, I don't understand why Fred is playing. If McTominay is fit, McTominay should be back. Fred played 90 minutes. He played 90 minutes against Newcastle. The youngsters didn't get a chance, and today he's starting again. So either it's just Ten Hag being like, right, fuck it, I'm not gonna give Fred a chance versus Chelsea. You have a chance to prove me 45 minutes today to prove me right why you should play. But if you don't prove me right, and if you make mistakes and you get a red card or things like that, that's it. You're out the team because Donny Van de Beek's coming back, McTominay's back from the thing, Eriksen's coming back.
100%.
I won't need you anymore. So that's what I'm thinking. It's just like a last lifeline he's giving Fred.
I think from now on to the World Cup, for him is every 3 points counts. Right, he just wants to collect points. I don't know the reasoning why selecting Fred when you have a McTominay fit, but whatever Erik ten Hag picks, I think he knows better than us. I don't know. He's probably seen something that we don't see. At the end of the day, I think that Conte comes to Old Trafford to park the bus. Is going to play like low.
Did you see the Tottenham lineup yet?
No, I haven't. I've been too busy setting up the studio.
Go check it. Go look how they're playing.
No, I don't know.
It doesn't look like they're parking the bus.
Have they?
I mean,
they're going
Kane,
for it, right?
Son, Hojberg, Bentancur,
Yes.
Perisic,
Phil,
Davies,
welcome back.
Dia, Romero, Dirtry, Lloris. Doesn't look like they're parking the bus, mate.
All right.
It looks like they're actually coming to attack.
Yeah, they've got 3 at the back again. They've gone 5 in midfield. They've packed out the midfield, haven't they?
Yeah,
I think they're coming to play football. They're not coming to park the bus. They're not coming to let us have the ball. They're coming to have the ball. Having Bissouma, Holberg, Bentancur all in the mid. Trust me, these players are good at retaining the ball possession. And then having, of course, Perisic and Son on the wings. That's just that's not fair. Perisic is good. Son's good with their crosses as well. I do think Kane won't have anything. I think Kane won't be able to get through Varane and Martinez.
no.
But question is, do we get through Romero, Daughtry, and Dyer and Davis today?
Phil, what's your take? What's your mood? And what's your analysis about this?
Yeah, so the way I've been looking at the Spurs away results compared to the United home results. Spurs have they've played away from home 4 times this season, won the Champions League, and they've only won 1 game. That was against, and that was only 1-0. Away from home, they've only scored an average of half a goal per game. So if they have half today, we can go with that. And they've had 0.3 goals scored against them. Whereas at home, have scored 7 at home, 1-3 against, including Liverpool and Arsenal. Got an average of 1.2 goals a game and conceding 0.8. So stats are for us. I've not gone into the full detail of who was playing in each of those games, sort of thing, to compare eggs for eggs. I think having Rashford back, I heard what you were saying, Dan, about the Rashford and Sancho. I actually think Rashford, I know he works better with Martial, but I think Sancho was just showing a little bit of skill, coming a bit back into it, sort of finding his feet again in the last games. Obviously, as a sub and then as a starter. I think he was unlucky, obviously, not to get his penalty. I think the movement across between the two of them, they'll be changing shape. I know Anthony doesn't move around too much onto the other wing. But I think that we'll see a little bit of moving around from them, and hopefully with the sort of passing ability of Fernandes, and we've seen, even from what we've seen from Casemiro recently as well. He's been playing some of those deeper balls from the back, trying to play it over the top or play it through the middle. Obviously, that ball he played through to Ronaldo for his goal. So we're starting to see that coming into his game as well. At first, I think he was just Casemiro. I think he was just like obviously under the microscope. Can he do it elsewhere? He's always done it in Madrid, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now he's finding he's starting to play football as well, and those through balls hopefully will be, we'll see a bit of that penetrating through today. Getting Rashford in, maybe Anthony as well. And hopefully the pace and trickery between the three of Rashford, Sancho, and Anthony will pay off today.
Who do you see your danger man is at Spurs at the moment? I would say Son for me. Why I'm saying Son is because I'm not afraid of Kane. I think Martinez will pocket Kane, no problems, But my fear is that Son will drive Varane out of position with his pace, drag him out wide, creating that pocket of space to hit it into Kane. That partnership is lethal, right? So I don't see Kulusevski's lining up. He's injured. Richarlison doesn't really fit their system. He's typically like that school bus where you have two seats and you have Son and Kane sitting there and Richarlison wants to have a squeeze in between. So it doesn't really fit. So who do you see being the danger man right now at the current lineup for Spurs? Who should we watch out for?
It has to be Kane. It has to be Kane at the moment. Boys, with the recent goal record, you can't count him out. He's been on fire,
Yeah, but not in the big games, right?
Listen,
so.
It's all about performance, and when you're in the zone, which he clearly is, going into the World Cup, he's just on fire at the moment,
No, we can. I mean, I just looked at the lineups. For me, it looks like the only reason, logic and reason why I see Rashford being played as a center forward is the hit it on the fast break. He's got pace. We've seen him time and time over again. Ball over the top, Rashford, bang over Lloris. How many times have we done Spurs like that? Ronaldo is not the type of person that you would start it. Maybe is a game changer, coming in the 65 minute. But if they're not playing a low block, it will be toe-to-toe football, which I'm kind of looking forward to, just in case. Fred, the only reason why I see Fred is kind of to play that destroyer next to win the ball up high, to take the ball in the press. That's the only reason. But, if he has a bad 45 minutes, Fred is dead. And he's got to go, right?
You look at Fred when he plays for Brazil. He's a different player altogether. He's fantastic. Every game for Brazil, he's fantastic. With United, he's just dodgy. He's dodgy. I think Danny touched on earlier on about McTominay. And, if he's fit, he has to start in front of Fred, I don't understand, especially with the result of the weekend.
I guess playing at Old Trafford, it's a totally different beast, right? The pressure from the fans, that's the only reason why I see that the team is scared. They understand what Erik ten Hag wants to do, but what I want to see more from, let's say, Anthony or Sancho, right? They have that ball carrying capability. They have that trickery. I want them to drive more wider, to drag off the fullbacks off wide, do 1-2 and lay the ball in, right? We haven't seen that. I didn't see that. We saw glimpses of it against Newcastle, but I was missing that. Go wider, drag them wider, right? At least Anthony, you got the tricks. Right? Sancho, you have it too. But it seems like, I don't know, with Jadon Sancho, I've seen glimpses of it, but I want to see more because I know he's got it in his locker, right? But for some reason, I feel he's a little bit afraid, maybe, I don't know. What you guys reckon? What do you think?
You on there, Phil?
I think that Sancho. I think that. Say again. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
I think Sancho. I think he's finding his feet. I think he had a price tag to live up to. I think he needs to just put that behind him now. He had a good start to the season. He had a good season. And then I think he got a minor injury, if I remember rightly. And then he had to fight for his place back. And then obviously Martial and Rashford together was playing well briefly before Martial again. It was working. Ten Hag's looking at different styles. His best style. adjust his style for against different teams, which is what we don't always see with different managers. You know, we don't. I don't know if Ten Hag has a best starting 11. I think he does adjust it based on the game he's playing. I might be wrong. Not the back, but certainly the midfield and the front 3 or 4. I think, you know, obviously we've got Eriksen back. He's on the bench today, which is a good good source to have coming off the bench. We felt a little bit weak against Newcastle for our strength in depth, and I felt that we had nothing that could change the game. I felt that we needed like an Eriksen to come on and just play that killer pass that was going to get us that goal. I know that we had the chances, and there's obviously all the dodgy decisions that's been discussed this week. Ever since, you know, with the penalty for Sancho and the referee's decision about Ronaldo's goal, whether it should have stood or not. So I know Ronaldo will be frustrated, but hopefully if he is frustrated and he gets the chance to come on, he'll come on and show the manager why he should be starting and not just sit there sulking saying, why have I not started, sort of thing. You know, give him a reason to stake his place for against Chelsea. Really fight and make the difference he comes on. You know, maybe he hasn't got the pace, he hasn't got the energy. So I think even in a flat race, he has lost a yard or two.
Phil,
he's still fast, but he's
exactly what Ten Hag just said, mate. Exactly what he just said now.
Are you sure you haven't been speaking to Ten Hag, right?
Yeah, he literally just said everything you just said.
Pay me the big money.
Pay me the big money.
He said he's going to bring him on to make a difference. He could score some goals. He wants Rashford because he could run behind lines. Ronaldo can't do that. And he wants a more energetic attack. That's exactly what he just said. That's exactly what you pretty much just said right now. So,
I mean, I'm
quite happy with that.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the league table as we speak, you know, of course, you know, a draw for me against Newcastle was disappointing, but I didn't think we played bad. You know, if I look at historically speaking, for the past 5-6 years, we've been like firing well on the front line. We always had a good, front line. We've been sort of having a donut hole in the midfield, and the back line has been shaky, right? Now, when we finally got all the dynamics, like, you know, the midfield sorted with Casemiro, the partnership with Varane, with Martinez, Luke Shaw is getting back to his best. You know, you can see that, you know, the diet is working. I mean, Erik Ten Hag has been very, very strict. He's lost a few pounds. He's looking fit as ever. But now we're kind of missing that firing line all of a sudden. So I'm just waiting, like, you know, because I say it's Newton's law, like, you know, it's gravity. What comes up must come down. Like, so eventually I see that the wheels will come off. We will start firing. It's just who will do it, you know? Maybe it will be tonight. Maybe it will be a tight game. Maybe it will be a goal fest. I don't know, man. But judging where we are now, considering it's a rebuild, you know, I'm starting to raise my expectation that we need to reach top 4, right? So therefore, what I'm saying right now, looking at this table, is that until now, to the break, to the World Cup, we need to pick up as many points as possible. But, you know, looking ahead, we have Chelsea on Saturday. We have some tricky games ahead, so we really need to win this game. So it's winner, Spurs for dinner. What do you reckon, guys? Phil?
Yeah, I think it's certainly not. We're not at the stage of the season where it's a must-win game, but we are at the stage of the season where we're just starting to, you know, the table's starting to take shape. Liverpool are just starting to find the form. There's no game what they did against City was a good game for them. It was a turning. I think, as David said the other week, was with the change was against
the Rangers
away. That was the unleashing them sort of thing. They've got West Ham tonight. You know, whether how they'll tonight, I don't know. But I think whilst we've got like Newcastle right behind us, with a game in hand, we've got a game in hand. They are right on our tails, and people are just waiting for us to slip up. Liverpool wait for us to slip up. We have to, you know, and with us having essentially 2 6-pointers in our next 2 games, if we win them both, it could really change the league and set us up for a really good running from there. So it's a win, but in terms of detrimental to how the table will finish. But I think it would be important. I'd be disappointed if we didn't win. Absolutely.
But another thing here, guys, to consider is the World Cup and the part that's plays in the league. Like this is the first time it's
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
been
yeah.
done. It's a hell of a break halfway through the season.
It
You
is.
know, if you're on a run of form before getting into the World Cup, are you going to be in that run of form coming back out of it? It's an unknown. It'll be good to see. What the teams do come back out
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
end of it. So
So when is the World Cup, by the way?
it's
Is
the
it
20th November.
It is.
Yeah.
And when does it finish? Before Christmas or New Year?
Yeah, I think if the final, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's 23rd
Or
of
December?
December.
And then we will
Something.
have a break, and we will resume in January back in
So
play.
it's going to be January. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's a hell of a break.
It's a
there.
weird season, isn't it? Like,
It's
have a
it's a
break.
strange thing.
Yeah.
Very, very strange.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Liverpool is playing
What
tonight.
will
as
we
well,
do on
right?
Boxing Day?
I've been in Thailand then, on Boxing Day.
Yeah, against West Ham.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
reckon, Danny? I mean,
They've kicked off already.
Yeah, 7:30.
7:30, West Ham. You win.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still like, you guys slipped down to the 11th or 10th at one point, so you had a rough patch. But it's good for the competition that you guys have started picking up points. I don't see Chelsea staying. I don't know. I just thought that Tottenham was a little bit overinflated with the recruitment. They did a fantastic summer, but then Conte came out and complained. He threw his toys out of the pram and said they want not my choice. Jet Spence was not my choice. Certain players like Daniel Levy signed over his head. So Conte is well known for speaking his mind. So I just don't know how this game is gonna end up. I kind of woke up early this morning, had a thought about it, and say, well, he's probably going to park the bus, play pragmatic. They're not playing that beautiful football, but with the Old Trafford faithful behind, singing Glazers out, I think we will get it over the line. I think so. What do you reckon, Danny boy? How's the mood
Look,
check with you?
Before the lineup came out today, I was like, right, they have to show up, they have to score. It's going to be a goal fest. Doesn't matter what lineup Tottenham puts out. Doesn't matter how Tottenham plays. I'm talking about United at the moment. I was like, they have to score. I went with a 4-1 to us. I went with a 4-1 to United. I even said that Ronaldo probably scores 2. Rashford 1, probably Anthony 1. But this was just all before I saw Fred. Now I saw Fred in the lineup. I'm thinking, okay, what's Fred going to do? Because he didn't do nothing on Sunday except just run at players and do nothing. He lost the ball countlessly. He ruined attacks. Every time he had the ball, he didn't give the right pass. He always gave the wrong. There's always like 2 passes. You either pass to the wing, you pass back to the defense, or you pass forward. And he always decided to pass back. He never passed forward. He never tried to get that driven pass that Eriksen would give. And this is what scares me about Fred. I don't think that with him today, unless he's a different player, unless he's playing like prime Brazil, like he played for Ragnick, I don't see us scoring, let's say, 2 goals in the first half.
Yeah. Hello.
Is Ten Hag looking at Fred, Casemiro in midfield and thinking, I've seen this in Brazil. Let's see if we can emulate it back at Old Trafford as well.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
saying
think
just
so.
tonight. Is it something he's building on? We can see
It will
that
be a
it
dog-eat-dog
works.
midfield.
So why
definitely.
can't it work?
It will be a slugfest in the midfield. It will be a dog-eat-dog.
They've played
I
together
think so.
before.
Yeah,
and
I
been
think so.
successful. So
Absolutely. Right. So I'm still like, I'm treading with cautious because every time I say my score prediction, it turns out to be wrong. Like, so, but I know that most of the fans are pumped since this morning, like on Twitter space, on social media, and there's a genuine positive vibe. I think it will be a narrow victory, or it might go bang. We just we start firing not blanks, but we're actually firing on target. It's gotta come. It's gotta come. It's been too many games like Ammonia, Newcastle. We haven't played bad actually. If I compare it to
Yeah,
the
no,
last
bad,
No.
Nicky. We're not playing bad.
No,
We're playing good football. We're playing
football.
amazing football.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, football is about scoring goals, winning games.
Yes.
You can't
Put the ball
just
into the net.
0-0s all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I know
I still don't think we're moving the ball fast enough.
no.
I was
No,
watching
we're too.
the
No.
Palace
But that's
game
because
last night.
Ronaldo. That's because Ronaldo, mate. Ronaldo up front doesn't
No, but
bring the tempo.
generally, I mean, when did you see the Palace game last night? Some of their football was absolutely brilliant. Passing it, switching it from side. One, twos.
You can't do that with Fred in the midfield or with
Palace, but I'm
McTominay in the
talking about
midfield, Phil.
effort, speed of movement.
You need De Jong in the team. You need
I
Bellingham
agree.
in the team to do those things.
Um,
McTominay, Fred, yeah, they could be coached, but they're not fast tempo players. They're slow, passive. Same with Casemiro. He's slow. He's passive. He's calm things
slow it
down.
down, yeah.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what we have at the moment. We have to play slow down, pragmatic midfield football until we could get the fast pace that we want at the end of the day.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We see, but I think we have, he always talks about weapons, right? So I think the weapons will come in the second half. I think we will see, because he's been spot on with his substitutions. At least he's making them, like Ollie didn't, right? So he's been doing spot on substitutions at the right time. That's proven to be game changers, and scoring winning goals. Scott McTominay is back on the bench. Yeah, we have. Who else do we have on the bench that can come in and change the game? Ronaldo, of course.
Elanga,
Garnacho, yes.
Ericsson.
Nacho, and Ericsson. Yeah, so Ericsson, I think, will come in the second half. I think that he will line up safe, to solidify that midfield. But if Fred mess up, I see Ericsson coming in, because Ericsson just came back from a
Police
flu-like
on there as well. Police could come on for Anthony,
Yeah. People, listen. This is a live stream. The chat is open. There's call in if you want. We are coming to, what are we? Half an hour from game time. We prepared something today, Phil Standish, but now the lineup is out. So should we even do it, Phil, or should we just go to this goal prediction? Let's do it.
It was a predicted lineup. It was not far off. I did have Ericsson instead of Fred, and I had obviously Ronaldo instead of Sancho. I just thought that Ronaldo needs his chance. I think Ronaldo needs minutes and belief. Sometimes I don't even, when Rooney, no matter how good he was, he missed half a game or a game. The only way he'd find his form again was to start from scratch and play minutes. And I'm wondering if Ronaldo's like that, needing his time on the pitch. I know what Ten Hag said and what I said before. But yeah, I did. I went with this. I thought, maybe play, because obviously they've got the 5 across midfield, and we can play that ball over the top. Maybe some high passes. They've only got, Ronaldo has got a good head on him. And had it fell to him at the weekend, I'm convinced he would have put that away. But whether he would have been in position is a different matter. And I think maybe as the game goes on, it has to come on. And they're a bit tight. They've got 3 at the back, 5 across the midfield, and hopefully they can play it over. He can just make some good runs. You never know. Maybe Elanga could come on and make the difference for Anthony or something like that. You just feel that someone's going to come on and make a difference. I feel that the bench is fed up that why is it always me sort of thing.
Do you think it's a game when we hit him on the break, like we on the pace?
I think that's why Rashford's in, isn't it? I think that's why he's starting Rashford.
He's gone with pace, but I mean, obviously gone with skill.
But in terms of...
Exactly, he's looking for those runs. I mean, obviously, it's a shame everyone's playing it.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking during the day over WhatsApp, and, I ain't not going to be... I'm Mr. Positive as usual, you know me, guys. So, but I was thinking to go with my traditional 3-1, but I think this is going to be a very tight game first half. The first half will be just to see who can control the game in the midfield. I think both teams will just try to, be safe back, to solidify that defense. So it's not going to be like I don't think it's going to be a tiki-taka first half. I think the show will come on in the second half, and yeah, this is kind of my feeling. So I feel it's going to be 2-1. 2-1, that's it,
I think I think it's definitely going to be goals.
Mm.
You're looking at the lineups there. I think my prediction would be 3-2 Spurs.
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking, boys. Sorry.
3-2 Spurs. That would be devastating.
Not what you want to hear.
I don't know. Things that I want to hear. I want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
And you can't handle the truth. You want truth? Nah, but seriously, and from a Liverpool perspective, they're playing. What are they playing? What for today? Wasn't it?
West Ham.
West Ham. Oh, that's a cracking one.
Yeah, but West Ham haven't been on form. They're off form. We're just starting to find our form. So we're at home as well. So I'm hoping we get a result tonight.
Moyes has got to grease them up a little bit more.
Listen, knowing our luck, West Ham will start finding the form as of tonight. So fingers crossed we can do the business. We can move a couple of points up.
Yeah. I think I will see a very angry Conte today. That's why I have this display picture I'm pointing. To be honest, I think it's gonna be. This is the first time the two managers ever meet, right? So I'm just going with the 2-1, perhaps a 3-1. Oh, Habitat is in the house. Long time no speak, amigo. Let's see. I can't read this chat. Long time no see, Habitat. Welcome, Habibi. His score prediction is 3-1 United. So basically
3-1 United.
Yeah. I was going for that 3-1-2 Habitat, but after speaking to Standish during the day, I went a little bit more pragmatic. But yeah, 3-1. This is where my heart lies, right? 3-1. But thinking tight game, tight defense, 2-1. It'll be 1-1, and maybe in the final 10 minutes, it'll be a 2-1. Or maybe it will go the way Lavell is saying. I don't want that. Screw you.
Well, I think it'll be goals. I think it'll be plenty of goals in it. Rashford's doing well this season, and Kane and Son, Flippy. So some players on that pitch,
Well, Son's been off his game recently, hasn't he? And then he came off the bench and got that super fast hat trick.
Yeah, exactly.
So that he came back and made the difference. I know it wasn't as fast as I know it's all right. But it was his hat trick, and the hat trick that Son scored, they were all screens as well. He was out to prove a point. They weren't tap-ins. He was absolutely levering it, thinking every opportunity to shoot, he was taking it. And I think if he turned that tonight, then we could be in trouble. But I think we need to shoot more. I think there's too much trying to get into the net, trying to just get that perfect pass, that perfect little tap in. Even now, I've been watching, regardless of whether it's Fred or whoever is it, Eric's or whoever, we're still not seeing, as we've seen so often in the past few seasons, we're not seeing enough players getting into the box when we're breaking forward. If you watch the game, there'll be opportunities where we'll push forward, we'll be pushing down the wings, and you have one or two who are kind of just getting towards the edge of the box at just the right time. And I hate to do this, but you look at City, they've got Ares or whoever running down the right wing, and then got 3 or 4 options in the box every time they want to whip that ball in, and we're just not getting in there. We're not making those movements. And I think that's what we need to see more of. We need to see someone busting and gut to get in there.
I definitely.
If we do see that, the back, we could break them today. So let's see. Let's hope so.
I reckon we will break. I think Habitat, you're saying something that we just need one striker and one right back, and the league is done. Yeah, this is something that echoes back what I'm saying, that we are 1 or 2 transfer windows away. We definitely need a striker, a focal point, because we cannot bank on Ronnie anymore. We've seen that, Ronnie in all glory, but it doesn't really fit Ten Hag's system of play. Yeah, or if the wingers both left, right, no matter what, if it's Anthony, Sancho, or whoever, drags the play out wide and just puts the crosses into his head because he's on his prime age of 37, 35. Oh, no, sorry, not 35. We're not backing the clock back, but 38, 37, right? So
37.
you're not going to run around. So, he's brilliant if you put him in the box. He still has his technical ability. Maybe he's not as fast of his boots anymore, but at least he can use his head. He's brilliant in the air, right? We've seen that. That stretcher goal that he did. What was it against? It was in a Europa League or Champions League when he went like hanged up. So I would like to see the wingers in terms of Anthony. Yeah,
He's going for Portugal as well.
yeah. I would like to see Dos Santos take on more man on man because he's got it in his locker. He's so technical gifted. The problem is that both the wingers like to cut in.
He's
Right?
getting there.
Yeah. Instead of keeping it wide, they like to
Liverpool
cut
took
it.
the lead, David.
Sorry? Liverpool scored.
Liverpool's took the lead, Darwin Núñez.
Happy days.
Oh,
There you go. He's on
1-0.
fire.
Mr. Two Left Feet has now one left and one right.
We knew that would come back and bite you, boys. When you said
Sorry,
that.
you were saying about Anthony taking them on and making that effort.
Yeah. Ronaldo can come to.
You were saying about Mickey. You were saying about Ronaldo can come to Indian Premier League football. I'm not sure he's going to be respectful. I'm not sure he's going to be tired.
Kabate.
Um,
Yeah, he can play Kabate, whatever it's called. That's pretty cool. Indian Premier League. Now, I think he will go to MLS. Yeah, I would say that would be like his last swan song, or he
Yeah,
was
it
just
the rumors or Portugal back
Yeah,
to
mate.
Portugal, and it wouldn't be for financial gain. If he goes to the MLS, there'll be a couple of pound in it. But if he goes to Portugal, it'll be.
But imagine if he goes to Indian DK Premier League. Imagine all the sponsor deals he does. Fanta. Yeah, in India, the favorite. I've been to India several times, and it's like every time I come there, they love the Fanta, right? So all these Fanta commercials, like you can see Ronaldo saying Fanta. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I like to see the wingers dragging out wide. I like to see us the wing backs bombing forward. We definitely need a right back, definitely an extra backup. We only have Dalot. I don't know what's going on with Wan-Bissaka Obi-Wan. He's not even getting picked. They say he's injured, but he doesn't. He was out of the window. He was actually on the transfer window.
He's on the transfer list. I know that for a fact.
You can confirm that, Dave. Yeah,
I can confirm that. Yeah.
I think even there was fishing for him over the summer, but they couldn't get a deal.
Yeah, there was a couple of players there that
Jerry Chan in the house.
they
Welcome.
had on the list, which they couldn't get out the door.
Yeah. Jerry, I need to put on my reading glasses, mate. Sorry.
is that because nobody was playing off?
Yeah, Sanchez been underperforming. He was under fire. He was on fire after the Liverpool game, but now he's like Ole era Sancho again. Yeah, I don't know. There's something with confidence. Or is he afraid? I like to see him take on more men. He's brilliant when he goes on the byline. He's brilliant when it comes down to the corner flag and stuff like that to do one. You know what I mean? So.
But I mean, he has never fired on all cylinders since the day he came to United. They paid the mega bucks for him, and he's just underachieved the whole time. I think Phil, you said maybe it was a price tag, the pressure, whatever it was, but he certainly isn't playing like he was playing at Dortmund.
Habitat says, in Indian Premier League, the campaign.
I think the Premier League got the difference anyway, isn't it?
He will come to you Indian Premier League for 2 minutes.
I know that the Premier League is different to the.
Yeah, but look.
Sorry, just saying, I know that the.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah,
Hello?
I was just saying. I know that Sancho, when he was in the German league, I know that he was he was a different player, wasn't he? We've seen that, and I know that the Premier League is officially one of the sort of toughest leagues in terms of the way that they play. I mean, you only have to look at the Spurs midfield today. It's like a wall. you know, he's got Perisic with pace, but then he's got Højbjerg, Basuma, Bentancur, and Matt Doherty. So he's just gone with like, right, just kill them, lads, just take them out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I'm not sure there's too much tactics there apart from just. So when we haven't built the bus, put the bus at the back, part of the bus, they've built a wall in the middle, in my opinion, and they're going to try and play it from the back, over the midfield, you know, straight through to Son and Kane. And if we can get behind that 5, then we'll have a chance. But that midfield, it's going to be very. We're going to have some passes to get through there. They could overpower Fred with the lineup that we've gone with, but
I guess we are about 15 minutes to see. I mean, you know, Habitat says that Sancho is just lethargic.
That's true.
Yeah, but I don't know. Sancho has a tendency to be a little bit slow and lethargic in the beginning of the season. The way I remember Sancho, even when he was playing at Dortmund, he was always best on the second half of the season, right? That's where you saw the best Sancho. But I think what we're seeing right now is a lot of fans and pundits, they expect so much more out of United because it's United. You know, but Erik ten Hag, he's slowly methodical, grinding it, assessing it, and it will come. He even said it in the presses, like it's going to take time, you know, until they get my system. But I don't think he's got all his players that he wanted. So that's why I always say that, you know, watch out for January summer transfer window. There's even rumors about Gapco coming. I don't even know. They shouldn't even look at another winger. They should look at a striker, definitely. And people are talking about what's his name?
I think we need Gakpo.
Gapco, yeah, he's on. I think he's on. He was actually on over the summer. They had a gentleman's agreement with PSV, but then so was also this Seshko, right? Seshko, yeah. Dennis Bosanovic, his agent, but he ended up staying, you know, in Salzburg, which is fair enough. Like he's still young. He's still like, you know, to come to Prem at that age, you feel like, well, wait a minute, I need more game time. I need to optimize my skills, and then when I'm ready, even, you know. I lost my train of thought there, but to be honest, we need a very strong striker. I see Seshko as the prime target. In some United fans are saying Ivan Toney from Brentford. You know, he's okay. You know, but why go for if you can go for the next best thing, next Haaland thing, which is for me, Seshko is the next Haaland. He's a beast. He's like, you know, 195 muscle package. You know what I mean? But anyway. It is what it is. The season is still alive. We're not far away from. If we win this game, we're closing in. We're getting top 4, I think. We're 1 point behind. I mean, we're one. Hang on, Chelsea is 1 game in hand of us, right? So, I think.
And another thing,
Chelsea's got a game in hand on us at the moment.
Right, so David, you were saying.
I'd say another thing we've got to consider here as well. You can throw all the names around, you know, rumors and that there, but come January, you know, and I know I keep going back to the World Cup, but you always get to listen. Every World Cup, there's always someone comes out of the woodwork, striker who's been, you know, maybe mediocre in his career, gets the World Cup, he's on fire, and next all of a sudden, there's rumours of them going to the Prem. You know, will United maybe pick up someone from the World Cup? You just don't know. You know, I think it's going to be very, very exciting. I think it'll be a very exciting January transfer window all around. But I do think United have to do some business. So, you know.
Well, Habitat, you say we must watch out for Leicester City players.
I'd like to see any business done.
Yeah. David, what do you reckon about Habitat's comment? Like, you know, must watch out for Leicester City players in the window, as most of them coming up for free in the summer.
Yeah, there was a couple of rumors there.
I mean, Brendan Rodgers' wheels is falling off pretty much.
Yeah, I think the fans have turned on them, or some of the fans have turned on Brendan as well.
Do we have a return clause for Harry Maguire back to Leicester or what?
I think they would sell him tomorrow. But no, I think you know, I don't think Brendan Rodgers got the support there in the summer window to buy players.
Yeah.
they could have letting some of their players go. It was ridiculous.
Tillman.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Tillman. Yeah, I wasn't
Tillman.
expecting that, but the player himself wanted to go. So
But Tillman was
uh,
linked to Arsenal. I mean, they were haggling of that deal of the whole summer. Or was that just paper talk?
who was that? Sorry.
Tillman.
Yeah,
Yuri.
I was linked with
Tillman,
club.
Hmm. And also
But
coming from World. Yeah.
it's going to come in January. They can start pre-contract talks in
Wolves
January
also, yeah.
with other clubs.
Ruben Neves, top player. I think he needs to go, right? He needs to find a big club, right?
Yeah, 100% on that.
But that's George Mendes, isn't it, for you? Uh, yeah, Wolves. Wolves. I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm getting nervous, to be honest. First time ever, I think I'm nervous. Why? Because I know how much is in stake. I love my club. I love Prem. I don't want Spurs to win because I think they're overinflated. Um, I'm happy for Arsenal. For some reason, I rather see Arsenal stay where they are than, sorry, Liverpool from the rivalry side. But it's good for the competition. I think it's healthy. It's a little bit of a surprise. There's a little bit of a curveball that Arsenal's sitting on top. And I know my mate Alex Young sitting in Bali, probably sleeping right now. He's over the moon. Like, he's messaging me. He's like, mate, Martinelli. Yeah. Wait till they have an injury and they be smelly. So I don't know. We need to do some business in January, but for now it is what it
Newcastle
is.
just scored as well.
Frankie De Jong might come.
Newcastle just scored as well, but in
Did they?
Newcastle 5th, Liverpool 6th, and United 7th before kick-off.
Who's Newcastle playing?
So the pressure is on a little bit.
Yeah, it on? Is it on?
Everton.
Everton.
All right.
Good to see.
If we look at Arsenal, they signed a proper 9 and they are playing some good football. Well done, mate. They did. Gabriel Jesus.
Amazing.
Jesus has risen from City. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, anyone that played under what is his name, Guardiola, right? It's pretty much disciplined football, right? I was surprised, like looking at Jack Grealish, like he was the talk of the season before he went, from. And I don't see him getting that free range the way he used to play right now. So it's pretty much that system, right? You're playing, this is your box. Don't run out of this box. You know what I mean? It's kind of that tiki-taka. So it's no surprise that Haaland is getting all that service that he's getting and just tapping it in. Like, he's a beast. He's a machine. People. There's a discussion of the Ballon d'Or. Like, and I think Haaland would actually be nominated and win Ballon d'Or in the next year or two, or even I don't know. But that is kind of like, I don't know. The Ballon d'Or is hanky-panky voting. I don't know how they vote. Anyway, cool. Listen, guys. I'm nervous. I'm actually going to another stream post match afterwards. I was invited for All for United channel. This lovely gentleman's talking about mature style of football. I was invited to speak. It's going to be post match, so I cannot do a post match because it's promised to come on their stream. So please tune in to All for United. I'll be in there. All about United, I think it's called as well. So there's links on YouTube and there's links on Twitter. So yeah, that's you will see my reaction afterwards. Like, but if we lose, I swear to God, you will see a very soaky Mick for a week. This is gonna hurt.
For 3 days, will we play?
Well, my wife always says, like, if your team lose, that's why she hates United, right? So she's scarred because of me, right? So if we lose, then I am like worse than, I don't know, 3 days, 5 days. I'll come midweek, then I start to look forward for the weekend game, right? So, but it's a religion, you know what I mean? It's my joy. David, you work like a you travel up and down Germany, France, you catch up the games, what you kind of building up, looking forward. It's like you're looking forward for a holiday, for that summer holiday that you book to Greece or Cyprus or whatever. It's the same with each Premier League game, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Damn
Great
it.
atmosphere. Great
Damn.
buzz.
So yeah, Habitat was saying just heard that Haaland release clause is about 300 million euros. You're kidding me? Holy baloney! 300
200.
million. That 200.
200. I heard this last week, and apparently they were saying that what I read was that is not for any English clubs, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear and obvious he's not going to stay at City for 3 years, right? The path has already been written, right? Even when he had in Guardiola,
Don't know.
Mino Raiola as an intermediate. Mino Raiola was never his agent. His dad was always his agent, but Mino Raiola was kind of
Advisor.
advising, right, and taking a cut. God rest his soul, right? Rest in peace, Mino. You were good at doing certain things, but freaking hell, 200 million or 300 million release clause. Who's going to pay that? I've been tweeting for quite a while that the football game has changed. The days of Galacticos is gone. Nobody wants to pay commodity prices for commodity players. Even when we are kind of looking at Mbappe talking leaving, he's not happy. Who's going to pay that money? Who can afford it these days in this inflation market right now? Unless you're looking at the commercial value, how much shirts is going to sell, how much sponsorship. But I see that the game has changed. It's become more and more about team in rather than having individual brilliances. That's why PSG never succeeded. There's been a project for the past 10 years and they never even won the Premier League, I mean the Champions League. And now the Qatar is coming and looming. So it was kind of clear and obvious that they bought PSG in the same time as they bought the World Cup. Sorry, I didn't say that. Beep. But everyone knows it. So it's going to be interesting what they're going to do after the World Cup. How many players going to be for sale? Where is the patience going to run out? Because now the World Cup, they got what they wanted. Now the World Cup is finished. They will demolish all the stadiums, X, Y, Z. And what's going to happen to the commodity players like Neymar's, like the PR machine is over. What do you guys think, David?
I think. Listen, the wages and the asking price of the players now, they have to like the Haaland. Where's he going to go? And we think we touched on this last week. Who's going to pay his wages? Because his wages not only will it be a £200 million release fee, but on top of that, again, we all know that his wages will be catastrophic. So where does he go? Does he go to Madrid? Does he go to Barcelona? Who's going to pay him? Germany. He won't get the money in Germany. Will he go to PSG? Who can afford to pay him? We know the Qataris have went to the PSG.
Well, Perez came out openly in an article saying that we are not interested in Mbappe anymore. We have. He said, who did they buy? Tuchemini and all these, they're potential Ballon d'Or winners. So that's
Real Madrid came out and said, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my interpretation. Yeah. So that was Perez, the president, right? So that kind of my interpretation that the game is moving away from these Galacticos signings because it doesn't pay off. Barcelona is in financial tatters. Like they went all in, basically deferred all the payments and to all the creditors to go all in to banking on Champions League to move forward. But they're looking very, very dark at the moment. If they're not even qualifying, dropping down to Europa League, we might even face them. Never know. But that means that they need to sell off all the commodities, meaning Frankie de Jong and everyone else is going to be on the market, and then the saga will continue. That's the thing, right? So anyway, football is a funny game, David. Plenty of us to do business for. Guys, listen. It is 4 or 5 minutes left to kick off, right?
Time up.
Time is up.
2 minutes.
You got the second half to look forward to, right? So really appreciate it for coming on again. We have Super Saturday, right? So we have Chelsea, right? and we might get a special guest. You never know.
Yep. I'll see what we can do on that one.
We will see. Okay, I'll let the chef put the ingredients. So one final thing. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Habitat, for being such a good writer today. I can't read it, but if we get Gapco, the top 4 is 100%. 100%. 100%. Listen, having to said that, I want to get into the game. I'll talk to you later, right? I'm nervous now. I gotta end this stream now, but for all of you, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share this video. I know a lot of you coming back afterwards, but please, I'll be on the post-match analysis later on with all of For United. But thank you, David. Thank you,
Thanks, guys.
Phil, for coming on, and see you Saturday, guys.
See you later. Have a good one.
Thank you. It's good to
Let the force be with us. Cheers.
Good night.
God, is this gonna end? I don't know. I'm still on the stream. I'm nervous, but I'm gonna end this up. Thank you for watching. Good morning, good afternoon, bada bing, bada bing, bush, bush, bush. It's Monday. I think we will slap you with 3-1.